another Scrub League game here. We have team Nothing Personal versus team of Vertigo, and I am Red Rampage, joined by Saph.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So yeah, all right.
And girls,
looks like
no discrimination.
yeah. So it looks like, of course, I don't think Brigitte is legal for this. We won't see any of that. But our first map is Junkertown, and I'm quite excited for this. Yeah, this is one of my favorite maps, so I'm very excited to see how these teams do in Junkertown here.
Yeah, I really like how people run the pirate ship on this map.
Oh yeah.
I try to run it in comp, but people don't know how to play certain. Just play your best.
Yeah, and typically this is also a map that, like, I feel like Widowmaker is also very strong on. So we're gonna have to hopefully see a lot of spicy Widowmaker plays for this. But yeah, Widowmaker. Yeah, I feel like this map kind of you can run pretty much any composition, like, you know, dive, pirate ship. You can run the Widowmaker Junkrat, even quad tank. I've seen a few times on this map. So pretty excited because there's lots of diversity in how this works.
Yeah, which is good. They're starting to diversify. I'm really looking forward to the change. Well, I think Reaper, a big comeback, especially on maps like this. It's very open, but there's a lot of like crevices where he can mine, you know, just
because on Junkertown here you have so many of these little houses that Reaper can pop out of. But yeah, it looks like no teamer has opted to go with the Reaper. We are seeing a dive composition coming out of the side of Nothing Personal with a Sombra, or not really dive, but like, yeah, it's kind of like a half dive. It looks like they're opting to hold right on the side here. So it looks like they're just trying to jump on the team on the opening. And we'll see if Vertigo expects this. But it looks like they're kind of ready for it.
Yeah, they're defending strong. They do get a pick early.
Yeah, and Cabbage Head's also going to lose his mech. So at this point, you want us to just be like, you might have to, if you're on Nothing Personal here, you might just have to fall out. Because you've lost your Tracer, Diva's down here. Really, you're already down a huge part of the offense.
He's trying to be super aggressive to test the payload, but it's not really working out. They actually need to get on them and push them away from the payload, but Widow just has so much space to do whatever he wants.
I mean, the one thing here is Cabbage Pit did manage to get his mech back. Oh, but that's a late Stagger and Emperor. I'm going to have to wait a while. And honestly, with that Stagger and Emperor, you might just think that if Nothing Personal wants to go back in, you might have to go in without the Zenyatta.
Yeah, and they have this Tracer just kind of by themselves, trying to like maybe stall for time or try to
Drew's in back line, but Frisk has spotted. That's a nice sleep. Yeah, Frisk is just going to take that out. So Frisk, man, getting a lot of key kills so far.
Yeah, it just seems like they're staggering a lot, and they're not really grouping. With the late stagger, it's just really hard to try and contest this. But they're doing an okay job.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was very, I would say very aggressive of Nothing Personal to hold that close, because then there's like, since you're all kind of up right there, they kind of split at the last second. There was a lot of staggering, and they didn't really have enough time for a proper hold on the second defense.
And Frisk, promptly on fire, gets 3 consecutive kills to just push through the last one.
Dude, this man's Widowmaker is doing right now. And wow, we're actually seeing Chrysler. He's just having to jump up right away. That might have been, oh, he gets out, but, oh no, he doesn't get out. I don't know how I feel about that play. I felt like he got a little too aggressive there because the whole team is just on the high ground there.
He was watching Overwatch League. He tried to do a Janus play or something.
Oh yeah, and the Doritos is actually going in alone here, but he managed to get on. He gets a trap on Cabbage Head, so he's gonna get something for his efforts there. And Steffi Wolf here is now pushing up, but Nichita is gonna find Frisk in the backs. Now there's no sightlines of the Widowmaker, but here comes the Riptire from Doritos. And Cabbage Head finds destroying the Riptire, and Doritos getting his Riptire destroyed there. So Cabbage Head definitely doing a lot this fight. Gonna get rid of the Riptire, gonna get rid of the Reinhardt, and looks like he's diving in on the Junkrat. And no, it looks like they're just gonna fall back a little bit here. Nothing personal. I think they realize, you know, they've kind of already won this defense, but you know they're gonna keep up, just keeping it a little bit farther up, you know. But Chrysler once again getting a little too aggressive there, and Cabbage Head's actually loses mech as well. So I don't know. I feel like they're kind of mixed on how they want to run this defense because, you know, they have the good hold there, but then they decide to overextend too much to the point where one of them's getting picked off.
I don't think they were a complete team either at the beginning, or they were kind of split off. Like some of the team was dedicated, some of them were not. So there's just some miscommunication, looks like there.
Yeah, I don't know about that transcendence. I understand you're trying to stall, but I mean, you're only transing when you have 2 on point. I mean, they are going to get enough to stall, but you see this that. Yeah, there's going to be a kill on Emperor. Emperor gets res, but Drew actually pops the Dragon Blade here. And this could be what he needs to talk about. No, Destroyer and Doritos just going ham on this point. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that might have been a couple wasted ults there. And there's a D.Va Bomb out there. Not going to find anyone. Just trying to get the mech back so he can stall a little longer. I guess it actually gets a D-mech, so I mean, he gets something. Better than nothing. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Nothing Personal's defense has just been very questionable.
It was a good play with the EP into Dragonblade.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't able to get the kill onto the support because she popped Valkyrie and just kind of floated away. So it was unfortunate with that, but
Yeah, you look at like this. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
it does look like I believe Vertigo is going to take this second point.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Vertigo. They have over 4 minutes on the clock for this last push. They have a lot of time just to kind of steamroll through this if they can. But I feel like from the side of Nothing Personal here, we need to see them. They have to just take, calm down here. Like they're not really playing as I think as effectively because they're kind of going all up. You see, Crysdale and Cabbage Head, they're kind of going up alone. They don't really have any of the other team there with them. So Crysdale is always getting picked off early, and then that just leaves with the Winston equation. You just leaves your team open. Pretty much lose the 5v6.
It does look like Parmalee is going to get popped here. Jape goes down, and without both healers pop down.
Yeah, that's a nice haul from Crysdale there. That's going to basically force a hard reset. Crysdale finds 3 with the Primal Rage, so that's a very effective there. And yeah, they're going to see Frisk and Frisk does take Silent Titan with him, but really Silent Titan's going to have enough time to respawn, so I really don't think it matters.
Yeah, Junkertown always reminds me of like a newer version of King's Row, where there's like a lot of it's more open in the beginning stages, and you can kind of push through Streets phase really quickly.
Yeah.
But this last stage is very difficult to take for some reason, especially with like the U shape. The spawn is right here, so they can just kind of come out really.
Yeah, and I think this is interesting because we're seeing the Niche does almost at another EMP here. So, and Crysdale's actually get taken. This is what I'm talking about. They're not. I feel like Crysdale and Cabbage Head are playing a little too aggressively. But a Drew's gonna find a boss from there. Cabbage Head's gonna throw the Diva Bomb down. Just try to get a mech back at full health here. We're gonna see, he's just pushing up here. Gonna find Frisk there. Takes out Frisk. Mitchell finds Doritos. And this is good. This is a lot better, I think, from Nothing Personal. I feel like they're playing aggressively, but the team is going more with the tanks here. Because we saw that Crysdale originally, he wasn't really going out with the rest of his team. But now the team's going in with the tanks. You see, they're just wiping out the side of Vertigo here. But both teams have a very heavy ult bank with Vertigo at all 6 ults and 3 ults on the side of Nothing Personal.
Yeah, they're gonna open with this tire and trying to find a pick, but the tire doesn't end up getting anything.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there.
I do like the Somber pick here. It's very unique, but
Nietzsche finds Doritos, which is huge.
Yeah. First tried to do the Dread-Eye. Here comes the
EMP.
EMP, yeah. Sorry, you told me on the scholar.
But yeah, I think this is pretty good from the side. Oh wow, that is a hard stagger on the Diva there. The other, most of the side of sorry, most of the side of Nothing Personal there. They just managed to wipe out everyone except for the Diva, and then they just left the Diva there as Vertigo is respawning. But Nishta goes down, so a little bit questioning there. But Drew's gonna go on to find Doritos, trying to even up the trade there. So now with that Junkrat down, I mean, sure, the Somber's down, but you've lost a lot of your damage. Ooh, and Frisk finds Drew as well, so that's very interesting. But
just sleeping up top while the double ult comes down, and Destroyer, doing what his name says, destroys the remainder of the team.
Wow, and I can't even believe this. There's already been 3 minutes elapsed on that hold, so Nothing Personal managed to hold that point at the start of that point just for 3 minutes. Now you're down 6 seconds. No one on the cart here for Vertigo. They gotta get back. That was some valuable distance they could have made up there, but now you're down to pretty much maybe 2 fights if you're lucky here, but Silent Titan goes down. Yeah, oh, that was an interesting Diva Bomb. Wow, somehow finds Jadabay.
And yeah, these awkward kills just keep coming in. Crysdale, either he's hot or he's not. He's getting tons of kills or he's just dying at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah,
I think it's just mainly his team coordinating with him and actually going with him. Because I just feel like he's like, I'm going in. The team's like, what? And he just goes in and he gets obliterated because dive's not real.
Yeah, there's 10 seconds left on the clock here, but Jadabay finds Drew. So if they can respawn quickly, I mean, you need that Diva probably just to fly over the point here. There's only, again, Frisk will already built the touch point here. You got 5 seconds on the clock. If Frisk can touch on the card here, you should be. He's gonna have to touch, get a little distance going there. Nichita's gonna follow him on the point. And Cryzo's popping that Primal Rage. He's able to find a huge kill on Vincent there. And I think at this point, Nothing Personal is just getting so many kills. Even with that Riptire coming out. Ooh, actually, that could make a difference, but still a lot of kills in the favor Nothing Personal. The Riptire can buy them some time, but I still don't think it's enough to really flip this around with only the Diva and the Junkrat on the point. And I think that, Cabbage Head might just be clean up here. I mean, we have Destroyer coming back on point here. He's got that shield up, so he can stall a little more time, but he's just going to get obliterated right away, and that's it. So a pretty good hold there at the end from Nothing Personal. They managed to hold for 4 minutes there, not even bring it to the end of the map there.
Yeah, I think it was really good for them to push up. Not a lot of teams are confident enough that, like, on the higher level, most teams are, but like, if you don't have confidence in your play, then you're not going to be able to hold regardless, because you need, when the time's about to go out, you need to push up on your opponent, prevent them from even think about getting on the payload, distract them, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is good. And actually, I'm pretty interested to see this because on the side of Vertigo here, we're seeing that in the spawn, they're up to go with the Roadhog. So Vertigo is now on the defense, correct? So the question to see, maybe they'll run that probably the pretty common Orisa Roadhog here in the defense, because that allows you to probably pull that Bastion off the cart and let the Junkrat just obliterate him. But actually going with a Reinhardt, this is interesting because typically you see the Orisa pair with Roadhog here, so you can get that pull and hook and just target down that Bastion, but now you don't, you know, the hook can't go through the shield, so I mean, now we're not really seeing the best way to get that Bastion off the cart, but I mean, maybe they're just more comfortable with the Reinhardt here, which I understand, but yeah.
I definitely think if you're anticipating a Bastion, even though Bastion can burn through a Rein shield, it's definitely an asset to your... I feel like Orisa it's really hard pressed with the shield battle, because sure, it's a 900 and you can get it however often, the cooldown reset, but a 2000 shield is still remarkably better than 900.
Oh yeah.
And if you can hold that out for a few seconds and let your team try and pressure the Bastion enough, it's definitely a lot better.
Yeah, but looks like we're
Especially
seeing
with Shatter too. Shatter.
And this is actually something I haven't seen. Typically, we see the Bastion paired with something like Widowmaker, but with the recent Sombra changes, you know, this could be nice. So they're running Sombra and a Bastion, so I'm very excited to see how this goes. Looks like they're opting to go out of the right here.
I just think on, like, maybe a lower end, even in a higher end, Sombra is just a better pick than Tracer, and not all options, but most options, just because of that hack ability.
Oh yeah. And now we're seeing the power of that Orisa. You saw they all tried to hide in that room, but then Orisa just pulled them in. Now the Bastion just melting. Hey, are you serious? 3 kills with Doritos. I'm lost for words. I'm actually lost for words. I mean, it doesn't matter because Nietzsche just says, yeah, I'm going to hop on the turret and you're just rolling. But I have never seen 3 kills come out from a Total Mayhem.
If you're actually going to, like, look at it, there's one that is a 6-man kill.
Oh my god. But, that's pretty ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't really matter because Nietzsche just, you know, he killed 4. But I mean, it's still kind of cool to see. But I think at this point we see the Junkrat time. Lots of teams, you know, they're actually going to opt to hop down. But losing Doritos here, I don't even think it's really possible to win this fight anymore. You lost so much damage. And Nietzsche is just going off in the Bastion. He's pulling out the cannon. He finds 2. Is he going to find a 3rd? No, but that's going to be Cries that finds Frisk. And that was just a steamroll from first point there.
Yeah, I feel like their comp was enabled to take down this Bastion, but I think the early pick and then the martyrdom still surprisingly wasn't enough.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't know where Destroyer's shield was. It might just got melted really fast, but Destroyer wasn't holding out that shield a lot in the early there.
Yeah, I think the shield got melted early. He was holding it up, trying to protect his team, but then when it actually was available, his team was basically dead already.
Ooh, that was a nice attempt from Diva Bomb there. Gonna get a DMAC, and Drew's gonna find Vincent. This is a lot of progress, man. You're already limiting the support, but Frisk is also caught in the backlines, and yeah, the kills are just coming out here from the side of Nothing Personal. Honestly, like, that's already 4 kills from the side of Nothing Personal here. Honestly, like, it just seems like they're only taking 1 or 2 fights to roll over every point here. I mean, now you're going into this last point with over 5 minutes on the clock, and I really think that, you know, they only have to get through about 75% of this, so you gotta think it's pretty doable here for the side of Nothing Personal.
Stranger things have happened. But yeah, this last part is incredibly difficult unless you distinctively win team fights. A lot of these just straight up assault maps are very based on just team wipes. Like, you have to wipe their team, otherwise something could go wrong. They could stall with a Moira or something like a Tracer, and they just stall enough time where the whole team comes back. And
yeah, Cryzo's gonna try to get Rise here, but no, here comes the Earth Shatter. believe, yeah, and then there's the Riptide coming out. So this is good. This is really good recovery. You're seeing the Vertigo. They're managing to hold on to the Transcendence, the Dragon Blade, really close to the Nano Boost, and the Diva Bomb. So they're managing to hold on to quite a few ults there. And they're going to shut out in the push from Nothing Personal here. And you're seeing this is they decided to go off the Bastion. The momentum is stopped. So really it's harder to set the Bastion now. And here comes the Genji. So more of a dive comp.
And like I was saying, it's kind of like the last part of this map feels like a more control-esque part of like a map because the stop points are really close. And also, here comes the Dragon Blade.
Yeah, he's just pulling it out. And honestly, he's going after the Zenyatta, but he goes down. I mean, he tries to engage Crysdale, but Winston's a pretty good check to a Genji, so it's not what you want to do. But Crysdale, once again, going to go in alone. It's forcing a Transcendence, though, so that's perfectly fine. You're getting that ult out, and now there's no check. And you're seeing Nicha's getting very close to the Dragon Blade, and now there's really nothing to deal with that, so Dragon Blade might just be free kills here.
And I still think they're really hard pressed. Both Diva Bombs comes out. Doesn't
And that's a nice
on
one.
the blue side, but...
Yeah, but that's a good kill from Stiffy Wolf. They're going to find Nichta. And honestly, you know, the kills are coming out pretty evenly, but I think that Vertigo here might be ahead by one. Yep, that's with Emperor down. I think if you're Nothing Personal, you have to fall back. You're still 4 minutes on the clock. You're fairly close to that next, you know, to the point you need to be. So, you know, you have lots of time. I think you just take a step back here. You don't overextend and just take your time and push it up.
Yeah, I think is all as well. It's not as like the other parts of the map where you have free range to kind of sneak around. You can be seen going around if they keep your eyes on these 2 choke points coming in.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't look like they're going to be using the choke as well. They're gonna try and get on this high ground and pressure the Diva up here, but
yeah, I mean
they need to try and use the high ground a little more and take it away. This
that's nice. They're going to get a DMAC on Steffi Wolf and Vincent's going on. They have lost Nietzsche, but yeah, there's a lot of kills. Steffi's going to go down. So the Cabbage Head falls. Nietzsche's getting a res, but Fritz pulls up the Dragon Blade. Immediately going to get counteracted by Transcendence. That Dragon Blade getting completely nullified. And now Nietzsche pulling up the Dragon Blade finds a nice kill on Jay the Bay. And a desperate Earth Shatter from Destroyer here, but it might not matter, as that's going to be a nice team win, win there for the side of Nothing Personal. So now they're getting very close to completing the map here. I think if you're on the side of Vertigo here, you have maybe one more contest here to start us off this.
And Doritos trying to find a kill. Gets
oh, that's a huge Riptire.
And
yeah, no, honestly, I think
like
that's
they're
one
going to be able to stabilize this Riptire.
I mean, though, there's still 2.5 minutes. They still have a couple of fights from the side of Nothing Personal here, and they're like, you know, they only need a little bit more distance on this cart. So, I mean, you still have quite a bit of time. If you're looking at the side of Vertigo here, the only ult they have is Transcendence, and every ult, you know, is under 30%. All their other ults.
Another thing you need to notice is the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is going to be a huge part of them taking this. They need to be able to keep the Mercy alive and res important targets that get taken down. Specifically, not Vincent, specifically Emperor, if he's able to somehow build his trance in that time. But it does look like they're going to push and get Crystal down.
I mean, interesting swap is we saw Nishta go into the Pharah here, because you're looking at the side of Vertigo here. They don't really have anything to deal with the Pharah. But if you sometimes, you know, the best way to deal with Pharah is just ignore her and take out the people on the ground. And a Pharah, you know, alone can't just take out your teams. The Pharah is forced to fall back with the team after they all die.
If you got a good Genji, they can take out the Pharah. Maybe they have a Winston and a Reinhardt together. That's very interesting. But Winston can even jump at her. Now the Junkrats can even fly across the she's very hard pressed.
Yeah, but Cabbage Head finds a huge kill on Vincent. Out the Zenyatta down, and Jada Bays with both supports going down. This is the fight for the team. Yeah, for Nothing Personal, they're going to go in here. They find Frisk. Yeah, that's just a team kill, I think, there. Nitcha goes down, but I don't think it matters. The payload is just inches away from being complete here. Vertigo really has no one left, and I think this might be it. Vertigo is going to be able to complete.
Jay Jonak try and beat it.
Oh, yeah. But there it is. Nothing Personal is going to take it with just even with a minute to spare, and they're going to be able to clean up Junkertown.
Yeah, I think the decisive kill was on Vincent. He didn't really have the Transcendence, but I think just killing him specifically. And then Jay wasn't able to get a shot. The Pharah was actually low because the Mercy walled off her for just a second. She was getting low, and if she was able to land at least one shot onto the Pharah.
Acronym 7K Blade.
This was a huge play. May have gotten them the game.
That was a really nice play.
And I think on this map where you have that opening on Heimer with that Reinhardt shield pretty much covers the whole opening. The Reinhardt can just walk through that. If you're running those heavy tank compositions, you have so much HP, you can just charge straight to point.
Sometimes, not
Sometimes,
always.
sometimes, but
Maybe if you're on a Zarya, that would definitely help.
yeah.
Or a Diva.
I mean, typically we do see quad tank consisting of Reinhardt, Zarya, Roadhog, Diva, as we're seeing on the side of nothing personal, I believe. Oh no, it's nothing personal, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see that right away. Traditional tanks run with quad tank there, and there they are. So yeah, we're probably gonna see a quad tank, and then I'm assuming we'll see the Lucio coming up from Silent Titan. I'd be very surprised to not see Lucio Moira, as that's pretty much the standard comp we see most of the time.
Some people run an Ana for just insane, just overall healing, but yeah, the speed definitely worth it. Lucio's speed has been constantly, from the beginning, nerfed to the ground. It's still a viable option, definitely as balanced as can be. If they do anything more, I don't know. This is good.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the side of Vertigo here. I mean, the thing is, sometimes you opt to run the Reaper defensively, predicting the quad tank, but they're not going to opt to go over that over prediction. They're just running the Junkrat, which is good. You know, you can take out that Reinhardt shield. It's just risky because you're risking a lot of spam into the Zarya bubble. That's going to feed Zarya a lot of charge, but still, Junkrat is one of the probably the most meta-defined characters right now. But yeah, we're seeing a Junkrat soldier comp here from the side of Vertigo, so I think that can be decent. Just also, with such high hit points, I mean, we'll see how well the soldier can do here. If he can take control of the high ground, the only thing that can really pressure him is the Diva.
I do find it ironic that Blizzard keeps producing healers that protect quad tank style play.
Yeah. But there it is. We're seeing they're just charging right through the door. They have so much HP that, they're not going to get really early picked there. And they're just charging straight to point here. Doritos is kind of in the front line. We're seeing an aggressive charge coming from, who's that? That's, wow, Mini Tuck's getting out. And now you're just seeing that, Vertigo is just getting wiped off here. Like I said, they really just, from the side of nothing person, they could not be stopped when they charged in. They just ran right to the point, and just the amount of hit points they had, they just overwhelmed the side of Vertigo.
Yeah, I think they, tried, they were just kind of caught, in this corner area, like in the back. They didn't really pressure point until they were pressured upon. So I feel like if they were able to counter pressure that point, get on the point and stall a little more, it would have maybe made Vertigo think about pressuring a little more, or I don't know. It's kind of an awkward fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you're thinking this is the opportunity for the snowball. You have the coalescence, you're close to the Diva Bomb, but here comes Attack Visor, actually. I'm surprised to see that already, but he just gets shut down. Yeah, like I said, you open up with that coalescence, you can just go for the snowball because you have that ult advantage, and looks like that's exactly what they're doing. They have the Diva Bomb. They can also use this basically to clean up the last point of the fight here. We're seeing they're just camping the spawn doors, Riptides, and they take it out here. They just throw the Diva Bomb on point here, and I think at that point you might be able to secure up the map here.
Diva Bomb thrown really high though, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was. I thought you just drop it straight on point, but.
The respawns are coming in though, and it does look like
there's a sound barrier.
You hold it for a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, you have that sound barrier and a graviton. I think at this point with those two ults, you can't really do much. 6:15 left on the clock, and that's just a complete snowball from the side of nothing personal.
It was very unfortunate that a lot of their members went down early. Vincent, on the Ana, he actually had a great 3-man anti.
Yeah.
They were all super low too, so if they had like a Genji or something to dash through, a lot of dash resets, that could have done something.
Yeah, definitely, but it's hard, you can't just really expect all the time for everything to be perfect there for them. If they would have switched on the Genji, there would have been nice, but also we saw there's just so many ults coming up from the side of nothing personal that they charged up so much ult percentage on the first point that they had those ults coming very close to the second point, where you could just use basically those 6 ults, in whatever sequence to just steamroll that point.
And we see that the ideal reverse comp, the same exact comp coming back in for the attack. I don't know what Nikta's definitely anticipating the same comp that they're running. So I like this Reaper pick. I don't think a lot of people understand the nicheness of Genji in quad tank environments. He does get his ult rather quickly, especially also a Tracer. They get their ult so quickly they eat off of these tanks.
Yeah, and good thing about this Genji right is since you can use that Dragon Blade, and you can just get in the back lines and find the Lucio and the Moira, that can just shut down the push right there.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
And I
Yeah,
do
like-
like this defense, a comp especially the
Oh,
Reaper
yeah, I love
for
the
the quad tank. But even I think Roadhog's a very underused character. Sure, like his one pick potential is lowered, but he still has a lot of one pick potential.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
he's
Roadhog is still
definitely-
great.
He can definitely pressure this choke as well.
But we'll see how they set up here. We're seeing Nichta going on the high ground. Cabbage Head and Silent Titan, they're on the high
They're
ground.
gonna try for what you call a Reinhardt dive.
Oh yeah, let's see how this goes. And there's oh, but Crysdale finds an early charge of Frisk, and there comes Cabbage Head, and he's just gonna start swinging his hammer. And now they know, here comes the Reaper from behind. That was a very good sequenced, almost dive from the quad tank. That was very smart from the side of Nothing Personal. They split their team up so they could dive from multiple different angles, and they caught the side of Vertigo off guard, and that's just a clean fight win for the side of Nothing Personal. I mean, you do lose Cabbage Head and you do lose Crysdale. I mean, that could be something that you look out for. Crysdale's going to switch over the D.Va just so you can get back to point fast. I think your D.Va here is fine. But you look at the side of Vertigo here, they're already ready to push back in, and Crysdale has not. Crysdale and Cabbage Head have not found their way back to points. This is what they need to take advantage of. Just charge on while that Reinhardt and D.Va aren't here, but they're going to make it back just in time.
Yeah, I feel like they're just wasting a lot of time at this choke. They need to know that they got those tank picks and just learn quicker. See, they
that's
too
dirty.
much, and the Shatter comes out, and it's just not gonna end up going in their favor.
Yeah, here comes the back cap, but they're missing a battle of the supports in the front. The Emperor will come up top, and there it is, 3 kills right away. Like I said, Drew used that Dragon Blade, found the support in the back line, that just shut down the push pretty much right there. It's a great hold here from Nothing Personal.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know who the shot callers are, but you need to realize when you get both tanks, there's just a bunch of squishies. You're 4 tanks. You don't really need to worry about that. You know, you just gotta go in. You can't stall off the choke like that. You really need to push it. And it does look like they need to be a little more aggressive.
And Nichta has his Death Blossom here, so we can get them in a good spot here. There also comes the D.Va Bomb. This could be just a couple ults to win this fight. Not gonna find anyone with the D.Va Bomb, but there is also a Sound Barrier. Now that the Sound Barrier is out of the way, you could try to potentially toss in the Death Blossom and pretty much just clean up. A Transcendence will also be dropped to the point, trying to keep Nichta and Silent up. Double support. Oh, there is the Death Blossom. It's gonna find just Steffi Wolf, at least finds one for their effort. And yeah, I think that might be another fight one from the side, Nothing Personal here.
The Death Blossom was a little overcommitment there, but I mean, it does find a few kills.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the side of Nothing Personal here. They're pretty close to Earth Shatter, but nothing else. And then you're looking at the side of Vertigo here. They have that D.Va Bomb coming up. They have that Zarya ulti, Graviton Surge. So if they can use that Graviton Surge here, hopefully it doesn't get eaten. This could be what they need. This one Graviton could turn this fight around.
I do really feel like Vertigo is just trying to commit a little too hard. They do switch off to the Pharaoh, which I like.
Yeah. Oh, but Cabbage Head finds a 4-man Shatter. And yeah, he just finds 2 kills. That's another shutdown. So I feel like the side of Vertigo, they're using every ult they use just seems to shut down, the side of Nothing Personal, every ult they use just seems to shut down Vertigo, like just every way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They kind of spent too long on these 4 tanks into the Reaper. As soon as they saw the Reaper, they maybe should have like switched off a little quicker.
Yeah, maybe gone to just like 2 tanks.
Something.
But here comes a D.Va Bomb. I don't think it finds a D-Mech. No, it doesn't find anything there, but at least I think I got a little bit of damage on the D.Va. Yeah, honestly, you only have 40 seconds left. You need to start making something of this because you're already going to be down on time for the second point as well. But Jade Bay goes down. That's, I mean, they're both teams down too, but we're going to see. It looks like the fight is fairly even so far. Frisk is still alive, but finds a res on Nichta. That res on Nichta actually could be what decides this fight. And well, Cabbage comes in. Yeah, it's gonna find Saph. I think at this point, I decided Nothing Personally. You think you won this fight? This honestly just might be the map right here. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock. I mean, you have 4 players coming back in, but you're gonna be down 1. You have to go down with a couple players down. So, you know, this might not be what you want. I mean, you're gonna see a charge coming at the point just to reactivate it. But that is a very good Earth Shatter. Finds both supports, and that might be what you need to take this point. That's 3 kills coming in the side of Vertigo here. They have 5 ultimates left. They don't need to commit any more ultimates here. They've already killed 4 people, 5 people now. And yeah, that's huge. That Earth Shatter was what summed up the fight there. And now you actually have 5 ultimates for the next fight. So you know what? You're still going to only have 4 minutes left on the clock. But you know, if you can snowball this next point, you still have a fighting chance to take this map.
That was a good tracer tactic by Doritos. Just kind of like they didn't know where he was, and then they found him, and they tried to like find him, you know, and he just got away, and then the rest of the team was just able to walk in.
Yeah, and now we're seeing that
shatter.
they already get a tick. They don't know jump on. That's such an unfortunate there. But Crysdale finds Frisk. I mean, you have all his ultimate. Yeah, we're gonna see a nice. Actually, that Graviton got eaten.
Yes, it did.
Wow, and yeah, I don't know how that happened, but somehow, some way, nothing personal with a 4 ult disadvantage are still able to take this fight.
Yeah, a lot of things went wrong for Vertigo in that fight. The Graviton got eaten. Cabbage was able to build another shatter so quickly. He's already a quarter of the way to his next one.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you still have 4 ultimates though. These are really crucial ultimates. 2 support ults and a Diva on the Pharaoh. You can still use these 4 ults just to snowball this point. You did get a tick, so the fight was not completely in vain. So now there's less time for the side nothing personal to come onto this point.
They need to put some pressure on Hitchjake. He was able to rotate around up to the high ground once they dived onto the point, and he was able to get a few kills up on the high ground.
That's good. Frisk finds Crysdale. Now that Diva's gone, there's nothing to eat up that, you know, that rocket barrage. Here comes a barrage from Frisk. And nope, nothing really there. And once again, they're just not coordinated. Vertigo, they need to start coordinating more. You saw Emperor, he just took out the pharmacy there, and another hold from nothing personal.
Yeah, interesting switch onto the reverse Farah. Or not the Farah. They're gonna try and go double hit scan against this Farah though. I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, I mean, because double hit scan is great for taking out a Farah, but how do you get past that Reinhardt at that point?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're gonna come down under the bridge here. Manitook's leading the charge, but I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like Vertigo is all over the place. They just don't know what they want to do. They're kind of mixed decisions. A Sound Barrier is gonna come on, but it only catches 1, and Earth Shatter's just gonna be able to get Manitook on the ground. They just want to target him down, get that Reinhardt out of the way, but actually he's not gonna go down. And a res comes on a Nichta, Jay the Bay front and Battle Mercy kill there, but a nice charge from Manitook finds Silent Titan. Jay the Bay goes down, and Cabbage Head takes Manitook, and Vince down. Frisk finds Drew. And once again, a hold from nothing personal.
Nishta was able to get a kill early, didn't get killed by the Battle Mercy himself, then gets rezzed up, and just on this high ground, just getting all of the kills.
Oh yeah. And that was very unfortunate. Like I said, like Vertigo, they have so many ults. They're too scared to use their ults, I think. Like, how long has Steffi Wolf been holding on to that Diva Bomb?
Maybe they just want to build enough where they think they can stick to the point. Maybe they just feel like they're not as performing, but maybe their ults can do something.
Yeah, but they have 5, and they're going into the first fight. 5 against 2 is pretty much, you know, if you can just use those ults, you should be able to steamroll that, but now we're down to 60 seconds left. I mean, if they have any hope of wanting to take this map, they need to go on. Emperor finds Dorito, so already a terrible start, and yeah, Earthshatter comes down, and once again, like I said, nothing personal. They're using 1 ult every time, and somehow that 1 ult manages to shut down Vertigo completely.
Not even that. I was at the beginning. I was saying it's really awkward with these fights that Reinhardt. You actually need your Diva to do overtime against the DPS because it's really hard for you to go up through that small choke area with. Even if they had a Junkrat, they have a Pharah.
Oh, that's a huge dagger as well.
It's an interesting switch on to the Genji, I noticed.
Oh yeah, definitely, but I mean, honestly, you have 12 seconds left. I mean, yeah, Frisk and Drew's honestly, I think that's over at this point. You've lost any numbers. I mean, Vincent, he does find a kill on Nichta, but I mean, he does find another kill on Drew, so maybe Nichta or Vincent try to turn this around, but honestly, I think the side of Vertigo's down to me. That's it. Nice hold there, and it was a very strong performance from nothing personal. And yeah, Nichta, once again, Nichta's just been performing so well this game. You know, he's been finding crucial picks every fight. I mean, like I said, his McCree this game was very solid. I just think that Vertigo really needs to work more here. They need to have better communication because I feel like they're too scared to use ults, and then he just kind of almost force themselves to not be as scared because they were holding on to that Diva Bomb for so long. And, you know, you could have got another Diva Bomb back by then. So I think they just need to coordinate, you know, slow down, think about what they're doing a little more if they're going to want to turn this series around. but a nice charge made to find Silent Titan. Jay the Pig goes down, and Cabbage Head takes made to convince the team, and then Frisk finds Drew. And once again, a hold from nothing personal.
And Nishito was able to get a kill early, didn't get killed by the Battle Mercy himself. I think how effective Reaper would be. I think against a triple tank on Control Center would be very, very good, especially with him being able to teleport to that little platform above and drop down with Dust Blossom. It's kind of you gotta like practice with Night Market a little more, try and get that angle up to the that window to drop down. It's a little. What's the other map? Is it the
There's Night Market and
the Garden.
Garden,
I feel like he's less effective on that map.
Oh yeah.
Farah definitely better on that map. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a good Farah. And Brigitte? Question mark? We have
one player is loading in, so it puts us in waiting. All right, looks like Frisk is loading in.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
so
but
just messing around here.
yeah, you know, having a little fun.
Farah is really awkward on Control Center. I use it myself sometimes when I'm just in a rage. I don't really prat. Like Farah, she does have the space in the celestial. What is it in? I don't know
Gardens.
the word for it.
The
No,
Dune Gardens
we're
or
in
not?
Control Center.
Oh yeah.
So what is this room we're in? It's like
I don't even know. Is it just the lobby? I'm not sure. I mean,
it's the Control Center, so it's gotta be something.
Maybe this is just, you know, that has like the big diagram of that spaceship, I think. So maybe this is just the projection room. I'm not sure. It's called projection room.
Maybe?
Planetarium. Actually, that sounds right.
Similar.
But Nietzsche on that. I want to see the Doomfist. I think Doomfist is a very underrated character.
I think they're just center. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, Doomfist works on this map though.
I do agree with that. I feel like Doomfist is really niche. He needs a lot of space, and he just needs a lot of surprise. He's kind of like a more awkward Tracer, in my opinion. He has a more one-shot potential, though.
Looks like they're going with it.
I think that the Junkrat pick is going to be a lot stronger, especially with both of the more mobile DPS. So we're going to see how this works out.
Yeah, so it looks like actually no teams going with heavy tank comps, just a standard 2 tanks. So, you know, my words just getting thrown through here. But, Nishta going around here trying to find a quick pick and do this. I think I like about Doomfist over the Tracer on some maps is he has, you know, almost double the HP of a Tracer. So you have so much more HP to work with, but Drew finds a kill on Frisk. And Doomfist is going to dive on the backlines here, and he's going to slam down. There's a big anti, though. Cabbage Head's find mini tooks, so maybe this might be where the turning point happens, but no, that's it.
This should be the care of the fight. This comp normally runs with a McCree other than the Tracer, and it's just very strong. Like it's kind of like a pseudo dive with Ryan can charge in or the Doomfist, and then they just have the Zarya to bubble you. So it's just it's a very strong standing dive, if you want to call it that.
I mean, let's just look at the alt bank on the side of Nothing Personal. They've already earned, you know, pretty much all of their ults. Yeah, that's pretty insane. But also on the side of Vertigo, you have that Coalescence and the Riptire, and you're almost at the Tackle-Wizer, so this next fight might be full of ultimates.
My ultimate is charging.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes here.
Frisk has a tire. If Frisk can get a good tire off, it definitely always leads to a good fight, especially on Emperor. I just feel like they're gonna do the rotation around as well. Doof is gonna jump in, doesn't find a kill.
Yeah, he's gonna get out immediately, but oh, that is a huge Earth Shatter. That finds 4, but they're gonna get Sound Married. Cabbage Head finds a kill on Vincent, that's nice. Nietzsche's gonna send the Reinhardt there, but he gets smoked down by the Tack Visor, so 1 kill on each side. But Silent Titan finds a Res Nietzsche, Cabbage Head finds Steffi, and I think Emperor finds Main Tuck. Once again, I feel like this is a nice strong hold from Nothing Personal.
Yeah, they're running this I feel like it's a very awkward comp that Vertigo's running. It's more of like a standstill comp, but they're running it into like a standstill divey-ish comp. Like I feel like they need, definitely the McCree switches. a good switch, something to like have some CC potential onto the Tracer and the Dooms that are just
Yeah,
wrecking.
and I think that grab just seals the deal here. They won't be able to get the touch point. That's just a wipe again. And yeah, once again, nothing personal. It's just that they've just been dominating this map. I mean, I think on the side of Vertigo, you really have to, like, once again, I feel like they're just being uncoordinated here. And I think they just have to focus and get more coordinated.
Yeah, a control center is also very ult dependent as well. Whoever wins the first fight, you generally, it either flips at 99 or you just straight up win the map. Like I feel like most of Lijiang, even a night market is more like that too. There's only a few ways to come out, and if you can just camp this and even get a pick or even two picks generally seals the deal.
Yeah. We're going to see, the next map is going to be, this is, correct?
5, 4,
So, yeah, it's night market. So, looks like, once again, are we going to see the Doomfist again? We are going to be seeing the Doomfist, so maybe this could be, Nichta's niche hero, but Doomfist Tracer, so I kind of a play on a dive comp here. Yeah,
I do
pretty
really
much a
like it
Doomfist.
more on this map. There is the more environmental hazards, if you will.
Yeah.
Definitely a more. It's still a close quarter map. Get to the point.
Well, that's a huge dive in there from Nichta. Going to put a lot of damage on the floor there and finds Frisk. So already a great start for nothing personal. And but no one's on the point currently, but they're just forcing Vertigo back. Vertigo really cannot get a presence on the point because, with all the dive potential coming in from the side of nothing personal, they're just, forcing Vertigo off. Yeah, and that might just be Vertigo having to fall back here. And yeah, nothing personal is going to take the first, start building their control center and grab the first cap.
And it does look like we're gonna have some minor switches.
Pharaoh. I think that's good. I really like that switch. Because, if you're saying is you're not running the 76 or the Genji as your other dive partner, so really you don't have much to deal with the Pharaoh, but Drysdale's just gonna jump up and get a little electricity damage off there. We're gonna see Nichta head back to point here. And yeah, I think the Pharaoh is gonna be pretty hard to contest here, so this might be what they need to sway this point in the favor if Jadabay can start putting a lot of damage out of this Pharaoh. Well, looks like we're gonna be seeing oh wow, Drew finds Kron, that's nice. But Nichta's gonna go down to Mini Took. So 1 kill apiece for each team here. Whoever can take the next kill will be important. But somehow Nichta is going to get rezzed up. The Valkyrie really helped him to stay alive during that res. And yeah, I think this is honestly just kind of a very awkward fight. Everyone's very split up. Drysdale finds Vincent. Saph Wolf's going to get, Sticky Wolf's going to get DMAC'd. And honestly, if you're the side of Vertigo here, you need to fall back.
Yeah, I feel like the fire pick is a correct pick. It's just the tanks are playing volley in the air, trying to swat her out of the air. They need to glue that Mercy right to Jay. They don't have Mercy. They need to glue the Mercy to Jay and just have him make space for the tanks to make space, if you will. Like.
Yeah. And
I feel
5
like
ultimates from the side of nothing personal. Whew, this is going to be a very decisive fight, I feel. This honestly might be the last fight. We're getting close to 90%. Yeah, I mean, they hadn't really need to use any ultimates, so they could just use these last ultimates to clean up, and Nichta's going to drop down with the Meteor Strike just to try to get out. We are seeing a Sombra come down here from Kron. And oh, the Earth Shatter finds 3 members, but that sound barrier is going to protect them. Out comes the Diva Bomb, going to find Emperor, and they're actually going to see a flip from the side of Vertigo. So maybe they can start building some control, so they're going to be able to stay outside and tiding. And yeah, it looks like Vertigo will be able to take this fight.
Yeah, they do use their ults to secure a few kills and turn the tide around. The Doomfist ult didn't really find anything. I was surprised that he didn't go for Vincent in the back. If he was able to kill Vincent in the back, it probably would have been a huge edge in nothing personal's favor.
Yeah, nothing personal is actually down on ults now. So Vertigo, they have a couple ults to work with here, but a sticks thing come with Mini Took. Mini Took doesn't fall though, so that's okay. You get all the healing back on Mini Took here, and then really that pulse one doesn't affect you too much. But a Diva Bomb is gonna drop in the sky, and that is a insanely well placed Diva Bomb on Cabbage Head, and that might just seal the fight here. The Mercy and the Far going down. You've lost the core of this composition. Yeah, it looks like nothing personal. Even with a fat Earth Shatter coming down there, it doesn't look like they can do enough. It's just going to be able to stall the point for a little longer, and it might be it right there.
Yeah, they could have saved that Shatter for next fight if they were able to stall long enough and get that. Just some miscommunication or fat fingers, one or the other.
Yeah.
But Jane's first died early, so they're able to get to the point. But
Matt Rocket Barrage, yeah, getting shut down there. Karan goes down. So yeah, it looks like nothing personal. They're just going to be able to just take this fight very dominantly. Steffi Wolf trying to touch the point here, but I mean, you can't do anything as a diva against 6. The Rocket Barrage going to finally Steffi Wolf out of mech there. That's just going to force off everyone on point, and there it is. That's going to be a 3-0 lead here. And nothing personal will take the series, of course. There is a chance for Vertigo here to try and take a map and get a little bit more map score.
I do think that they needed to, well, I mean, it's kind of personal preference, right? Minituk definitely needs to play a more aggressive Rhine or switched over to a different tank, because I feel like his Rhine wasn't exactly working with the comps that they were running.
Yeah.
He wasn't really protecting anyone other than like the healers.
Diaper Mafia on offense. Defense. Yeah, defense. Wait.
Really is running a lot of here. Yeah, Vertigo, they just need to try to coordinate a little better, and I feel like they have a decent chance of taking this map.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a stronger Reinhardt. It's not exactly close quarter, but it's more of like a jagged style map. There's like chokes on every area. It's just basically one big snake choke.
Yeah, so Bill Vu? Oh no, that's a okay, I thought that's someone in the game for a second, but
yeah,
nope. That's yeah, but Nichta, are we gonna be seeing another Doomfist? I feel like this is almost Nichta's, like, I wouldn't say I'm almost like maybe signature hero, because you don't see a lot of people playing Doomfist. Maybe the niche hero for Nichta.
Maybe.
But yeah, on the side of Vertigo here, quad tank composition. Very unexpected. I would have never expected to see that, but no. But quad tank composition, yeah, pretty standard on this map. And on the side of nothing personal, they're going to Reinhardt, Roadhog, Soldier, Doomfist, Mercy, Zen. So this is actually not something I've really ever seen, like DPS wise as a combo on this map. So I'm interested to see how it works.
I'm more interested in like the pick. Okay, he does switch off. I was gonna say the Torb, interesting.
No, the Torb would not be coming down. Oh wait, some extra.
They're gonna just run the Hanzo, or they're actually just gonna use it for the Sonic.
Yeah, Hanzo works well on this map. I mean, we've seen it a lot in Owl. You can run the Hanzo, and it works. Oh, Jadabay on the Babita. Oh no.
I don't think he can do that, can he?
No, he can't.
Okay. Or maybe. Maybe
No,
change.
he'll switch. He'll switch.
Sure.
Yeah, there it is. No, they established that Babita's not allowed to stay on competitive play. But we're gonna see the hook come down here from Crysdale. Not gonna find anyone. Mini Tooks in the rush on the front lines, and this already looks like honestly, I'm getting a vibe from Vertigo here for some reason that they're feel a little more coordinated. And as I say that, everything just goes south.
Not quite south.
Oh,
yet.
no, actually, yeah, not
Silent.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
I mean, this actually looks very even. I think Vertigo, I feel like Vertigo is looking a lot better here. They find Nichta. Wow, I stand corrected. I saw the Lucio go down. And I thought, oh, that might be, where the fight goes around. But no, Vertigo had a pretty close fight there. But in the end, they're going to be able to secure this quite comfortably.
Then he took taking silent advice on being more aggressive Ryan. He did get some swings onto everyone and get the charge. Was able to allow his team to just finish up kills.
Yep. So we're gonna see the a very strong cap. They're gonna give him over 5 minutes on the clock, so lots of time to keep this payload going. We'll see how much of a hold nothing personal can put up here. This is a pretty hard choke point to get through. There's lots of space, so Reinhardt just there's not a lot of space, so it gives Reinhardt a lot of opportunities, just to go in with these Earth Shatters. That is a questionable Earth Shatter. But yeah, that is a very good Earth Shatter. Oh, actually not quite as powerful as I thought. I just need to get trans done, forcing a trans. Not that bad, We're gonna see Frisk pulling out the log. He wants to start shredding the shield, start pushing people back. And yeah, they're just gonna zone a lot of players, nothing personal out here. So you just start moving the payload.
You're gonna get a good charge.
Abiched goes down as well.
They're gonna try and push this Roadhog back, try and converge on him, not let him escape. Hopefully.
And Nichta finds a kill on Jadabay. Drew finds Frisk. Crysdale finds Steffi Wolfies. This fight very well could still go in favor of I'm sorry, nothing personal. No, it looks like they're still gonna be moving it. They have the respawns there. And Cabbage Head, he's the only one up there. He might just fall back. You cannot Reinhardt 1v6 here.
Nichta trying to Be the hero, trying to stall as long as possible.
An attack visor coming out right into the shield, but Nish is going to get the backline. So this might be the contest they're looking for, but Drew gets taken off the high ground. Cabbage Head finds Fetty Wolf, and Nish is going to go down by Frisk here. So Red's going to get fine Niche Dust, so they're barely, holding on to this. There's only a couple meters until this payload reaches the next checkpoint. But I think that might be where Nothing Personal draws the line. They might be going for the hold here. It looks like they're going to force Vertigo back.
You gotta res onto the Niche, and Niche just doing a lot of work. The team ended up splitting at the very end.
That is
questionable.
It actually seemed, if I did not hear, if I did not see the red from the grab, I would have assumed that it was the side of, Nothing Personal that grabbed there if they had a Zarya, because the whole Hog found 2 kills. That, I just feel that was very greedy, because you're already down so many people, you had no follow-up on the grab, and now it's a huge ultimate that you just wasted.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I do think that most of this could have been prevented. They could have probably held them with a choke a little more if they were more aggressive. They just kind of let their Rhine stay at the original choke. They didn't really pressure him at all, and it allowed them to push it as far as they did. Shatter
and another Earth Shatter getting blocked.
Minnie's doing a good debate with this.
Yeah, Cabbage Head's going in the back line there, and he gets taken out. Nisha gets taken out. Soundtime gets taken out. This is where Vertigo needs to capitalize. They have so many kills in this fight. Yeah, that's another kill. And Vertigo just looks like they're gonna steamroll this fight.
Yeah, Minnie with the debates on these shatters, and then Cabbage dives into the back line when everyone's around the corner, and Minnie just reverse shatters and hits a bunch of people. Like
this is. I feel like Vertigo just improved so much this map.
I feel like they are improving. I feel like there are some small mistakes that Nothing Personal are doing that is allowing them to be more confident and seeing weaknesses in their opponent. Definitely looking more into that rather than just thinking your opponent's just gonna crush you.
Yeah, but they take out Cabbage Head there, which is very strong. Somehow a res comes out, and so does a sound barrier. So, but Lucio gets taken off with a hook, and actually so does Kron goes down, and Grindstyle gets taken down, but honestly, there's a couple kills from the side of Nothing Personal, but as I say, Nothing Personal just keeps on hammering through this, and I think that might be a hold.
So is that he just get like he has like 20 health and he just got like popped with the hook? Is that what that kill is? Like,
no, he actually got hooked into the well. Like not the well, but like the little square crevice beside the shack.
Maybe they should just do that. Maybe they need like a different thing for them.
Yeah, but we're seeing well, I didn't realize there was a Junkrat in the game. Niche just popping the Riptire, then you go around the backlines. Hopefully can find a kill, because one kill could just be a reset already. Finds Kron, and with no mercy on that side, they might just have to reset already. Yeah,
Karn dying to that tire bad. Nichta, I mean, he was in Junkrat for a lot of the time. He just switched over, but he was able to get, they have him a lot of tanks, so they're just able to farm that all charge super quick. Junkrat OP.
Oh, Junkrat is just defying the meta right now. The amount of damage he's got puts it. Yeah, cheek. But yeah, I'm working the side of Nothing Personal here. They have 4 ultimates. But as I say that, Cabbage Head uses the ultimate, doesn't find anything, and a good trans there, and be able to get through that Earth Shadow on the side of Vertigo. And Drew uses his Deadeye, doesn't find anyone. So that's just a lot of ultimate they just really found nothing out of. And Vertigo has a good amount of time. They can capitalize on this and start moving the payload up. Diva Bomb getting chucked in from Steffi Wolf. I'm gonna find 2. That's huge. Now it's gonna force really it's Nothing Personal to just be at a huge disadvantage. You really just have to play a desperation and stall time on the clock. No one on the card by Vertigo. They're gonna get back on.
Finds 2, gets Drew.
Yeah, finds 2.
And they were not able to even think about touching him.
Yeah, that was a lot better from Vertigo. They're gonna complete the map with a decent decent chunk of time to spare.
I don't know how I feel about the McCree pick at the very end. I feel like a good stun and a good finish, it would be able to do something, but even with he did try and pull out a Deadeye, it's not really advisable. Maybe the pick off backline if he's able to get a good angle, but trying to Deadeye, I know it goes up like what does it go, 1,000 if it charges all the way? Like,
I'm not 100% sure.
Very hard pressed to get kills onto those tanks. Try to find a kill. Squid.
But yeah, I mean, from the side of Nothing Personal here, I think we might just see both teams going with heavy tanks by the look of it. And I think I like this a lot because excuse me. But yeah, there we go. I think I like this because this is again we're if you're gonna fight against a heavy tank comp, I think there's two things you need, which is a Reaper or a heavy tank comp. And looks like from the side of Vertigo here, they're going with the defensive heavy tank, which I like this a lot. The quad tank on the defense will allow you to try to match the HP on the side of Nothing Personal, and this makes pretty even fights, I think.
Yeah, I don't. Again with the shot calling, they did. Like, Nothing Personal is very good at anticipating the quad tank and adjusting to that quad tank against them with the Reaper on Hanamura, but they didn't really switch over to that. They had a Junkrat, but they didn't have a Reaper or anything to really solidify that counter quad. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to like their mindset of like not just reverting back to the Reaper, which completely shut down them until one good push they were allowed to take that from.
Yeah, and here we go. We're gonna see the attack run starting here. Can Nothing Personal turn this into a very successful attack run? As you saw, the map was completed by the side of Vertigo. So let's see how this goes here. But
they have to complete it with at least a second remaining.
Yeah.
At least have
I mean, the draw wouldn't be that bad. You want to try to get that fourth win if possible. But we're gonna see Cabbage goes down, Minitook goes down. So both Ryan's out of the equation being killed by the Diva. And a huge anti though, and that might just be where the fight ends here. There's no healing coming out. I'm not going to really capitalize. Actually, I do find Silent Titan. That might be where the fight ends. We are going to see Steffi Wolf get T-Max. Frisk is getting pretty low there as well as Vincent. But, yeah. A Graviton already, and there it is. That's going to turn the fight around. And that's where Nothing Personal says, nope, we're taking this fight.
Yeah, the Harblue Pog Champ, 15-second charge.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they both have Zarya's. Karn able to have the grab for next fight, so if they can do a little better at holding them at this choke, not get the late spawn or get picked off. Yeah, Chris does get picked off, really, so that's,
yeah, I don't know
that's
really
gonna be.
What they're doing there,
They're trying to push up, trying to find a squishy target that's just out of place, and they weren't able to do that. A good shield by Mini.
Yeah, that's top of these 1 minute tracks there. Nietzsche's getting a little low in the front lines here, but he's at pretty much full charge with that Zarya there, so there's a lot of damage coming out. But 4 ults on the side of Vertigo, they're gonna use that nano onto the
Zarya, actually.
Oh, both teams use nano, and that's a huge air shot. He goes under the payload and stuns 3, and now Crysdale just pulls up the log, starts whipping through, and Nothing Personal. I don't know about the sound barrier though, I think that's a little over much, but Nothing Personal just starting to roll through here.
Maybe just try to counteract the damage. Maybe someone's about to die. You know, you never know.
I mean, Lucio can charge his art fairly quickly, so.
Always pay attention to those health bars. You're not healing. But I definitely think that was a good shatter. He does get slept as a counter, but the shatter's already there. His team can just rush in.
Yeah, and he used that, you know, the underpassage of the cart. And another hook kill. That's twice in this game that's happened. Crysdale finds Minitook, and Cabbage finds Frisk. I think that might just decide the fight here. Too many people are getting taken out the side of Vertigo, and you know, Vertigo are looking good on this attack, on the attack run, but on the defense run, I think that Nothing Personal is just really rolling through here.
I do think that Nothing Personal is taking fights a little better. They're stalling a little more than they were on defense, trying to push. What's the word? They're stalling more. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I'm out of my wits right now.
Yeah, I'm a little out there as well. But a big Graviton surge coming up Braun here. That's gonna be able to pretty much clean up the fight.
What are words, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah,
well,
one thing I've noticed a lot this game is Cabbage has really, like, he's had that one good shatter, but his shatters are getting blocked a lot.
But they were able to turn this fight around. There was a double bomb, but wasn't able to take that.
No, nothing really coming out there. But yeah, Vertigo, they have, you know, quite a few ults to work with, so we could just see another ultimate heavy hold here. But I mean, there's so much time still on the clock. You got to be worried, you know, how much time are you able to stall the clock? You got to hold pretty far up here to really stall as much time as possible.
Minitook's trying to get a good shatter, but
yeah, it gets blocked. Cabbage Head goes in here. Crysdale gets taken out actually, but a sound barrier comes out. Drew with a nice headshot deflect onto Frisk. Kron finds Cabbage Head. So lots of kill trading going on from each side of teams here. Sound Titan goes down. Niche goes in. I think that point another hold from Vertigo.
That's kind of like a Thunderdome at this point. All the supports kind of just got dove from both teams, and this is just remaining was the tanks. So
a very, very effective hold there from Vertigo. And they still have a couple ults in their bank.
Yeah, Vertigo doing a lot better on this last point. Definitely better. It's definitely easier to hold once you.
Yeah. So it looks like Roosters here, playing far up again because they need to try to hold as much as possible. That way, if they lose the fight far up, they can still reset and hold a little far back. So this kind of ensures for more of 2 holds than 1 hold. But, yeah, I mean, pretty back and forth alt usage here. Frisk finds tries there once again. Another coalescence is coming right on the side of Jay today, but that's going to force Drew to pull Dragonblade. He gets slept, but gets waken up, but still it's going to stall a couple seconds with Dragonblade there, and another hold from the side of Vertigo. And once again, Vertigo is back up to 3 ults. They're doing a lot better on maintaining their ults here.
First, definitely with the power plays, able to win the Hog duel, and able to just... I mean, I don't know what to say about this guy. He plays a mean McCree, but his Hog looks way better.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't really have a counter to him other than the other Hogs.
Yeah, he's finding a lot of good hooks on Cries though. He's taking out the other Hogs, like you said. And now we're going to see once again, I think personally, going with the same tactic at some point, and that's a huge shadow from Cabbage Head. And we're going to see 2 grabs come up, but still, there's too many kills from the side of Vertigo. Or sorry, too many people on the side of Vertigo getting killed. And now this might just be where the fight ends. Vertigo had a very good stall. Both teams going to be pretty close on the time bank, actually. So Vertigo definitely can't be too mad about their attempt here. But that's going to be it. We're going to see nothing personal. They are going to finish this off, but only with a little more time left than Vertigo.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't able to dive. He's got nanoed up, tried to get back into that counter charge, able to stop. Fortunate. I don't know how I feel about him waiting for the second support. Maybe just waiting for. But I feel like he waited a little too long. He could have went in and got just I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
No, I just feel like Vertigo is just losing. They're doing so much better than they were, and I want to see him win. Like the underdog story. Like.
But
That's just frustrating.
Yeah, I feel like Vertigo. They just
feel their pain.
Yeah, I can feel the pain here. I mean, they're trying a pretty interesting comp here. They're going with a Bastion. I don't know if they're 100% going to be running Attack Bastion. We've seen this once in Overwatch League, and it didn't really go well. But I'm very excited to see maybe this is kind of just a last resort effort, but we'll see how it goes.
I mean, maybe it's something what they call an element of surprise. It's called doors until
and looks like they're gonna go with it. So this could be something that nothing personal is not expected. He's just gonna sit here and start breaking the shields. Try and get as much damage out. They're going with a double shield comp with that Diva, and they're going with that heal from the Moira Lucio. So kind of a play on the quad tank, but very, very unique in the sense that they're putting their own twist on here. The Bastions just start getting on that turret and start hammering through the shields here. I like this idea because you're setting up behind all these barriers you have. You're trying to melt the other team's shield, but the Bastion gets a nice bubble there, so when he gets charged, he stays alive. Kills Cabbage Head, both Ryans going down, and lots of kills trading here. But I think it looks like nothing personal, barely being able to hold on.
They're able to hold on. If they can do a quick turnaround, they might be able to do. But the stagger on the Diva is definitely going to shut them down.
Oh yeah.
It was a good attempt with the Bastion. I think if they were able to get onto high ground a little more with the barriers, it would have been a little better. This foliage by Blizzard, what are you doing? You're putting, especially with the snipers, they're just putting foliage in the way. Who's hired by Blizzard to make these?
And a Graviton plus a Pulse Bomb. I'm gonna find Vincent there. Nothing really found from the grab there, but now we're gonna see a follow-up. Yeah, right after the grab, here comes the kill. But actually, a trans from Emperor, so maybe he was getting pretty low there. He just doesn't want to get staggered for the next fight. But I understand that, and yeah, they're going to be another hole here. So the last fight for Vertigo, their last chance to get any progress on this point. And if they do not get a tick on this point, then there is no chance that they pull out a map win.
Not even. Can they draw?
They can draw if they full hold, but that's still not any map points for them.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, they have the push to work with. They switched off the Bastion, and it really wasn't really working for them. Here comes the Diva Bomb. This could be a very good Diva Bomb, and it's not going to find anyone, unfortunately. But Steffi Wolf going to put it in back on her mech here. Just going to try to charge on the point. Cry still goes down, so now they're making something out of this. It gets a res. Cabbage Head goes down, and a huge Graviton surge coming up. But there doesn't seem to be any follow-up, and it's just going to fade. First is going to just pull up the hole, but a huge Pulse Bomb from Drew. This might be what they needed. A Transcendence coming down, but we're going to see Earth Shatter really getting nullified by that Trans, and that Pulse Bomb might be what they need. They're still, looking at the side of Vertigo, their players are very low here, and Chrysler gets sucked in, but yeah, it might be coming back. It's nothing personal. They had Drew through in that huge Pulse Bomb. That might be what they need to hold up this point, because now there's a huge stagger coming up the side of Vertigo, and a huge Earth Shatter going to find 2 members, and that might be it.
That was a late
Looks
pulse
like it
by
will
Drew at
be,
the very
yeah.
end. He didn't. I don't think he quite had it, and the graph came out. He didn't have pulse, but he was able to find both supports slightly afterwards. So that was a good play by him. Yeah.
And now from the side of nothing personal, all you need is a tick to wrap up this map. So it looks like, yeah, I'm assuming we'll see just a quad tank composition come in. That's pretty much what we see on this map for pretty much the whole time today we've been playing on this map. This is what we've seen. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see. We are seeing Chrysler on the Hanzo. So maybe we'll see if he sticks on it. Maybe he's just looking to use that Sonic Arrow to scout out the positioning and then switching off. Just kind of have an idea of where they should push in from. And lots of teams do just like to throw out the scout out the Sonic. There's really no reason why you wouldn't.
Season 4, boys. World.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wasn't even playing in season 4. Holy crap. But yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Attackers incoming.
I think I missed it,
in 30 seconds.
but I played on and off. Never played consistently enough to be as good as these fine ladies and gems in this game.
We'll see how this goes here, but 2:14 on the clock for nothing personal. Good amount of pushes there to take a tick. I think it's definitely doable, judging on the way they've played today and how strong they've played. I think they can definitely do this.
5, 4,
But yeah, here it is, 3 seconds, and this is going to be our final map, the final bit of Overwatch we're going to see for this stream today. And we'll see, will it end in a win for a 4-0 for nothing personal, or will it be Vertigo holding on and just trying to keep it over there? But Silent Titan gets picked off immediately. That's a nice start for Vertigo here. And that might just be the start to this first point hold, and Cabbage Head gets taken out. Yeah, Vertigo looking like they got a good, strong hold in the first point there.
They're just trying to swallow some pride here. Trying to not get completely swept.
Yeah. I mean, you still have a minute 40, so you have lots of time for nothing personal. They get shut down one push, quad tank, that happens. JDB's earned his Colossus. Actually, Chrysler did stay on the Hanzo.
Yeah, definitely some good pick potential, at least with the supports. Here comes the Coalescence.
Just heal up his team.
Nado's fine, just trying to keep him alive during this time. Trying to stall for time.
Silent Titan once again. Yeah, he's been going down early on a lot of these fights. They're opting to commit to Coalescence after that, but Drew finds JDB, and yeah, here comes a turnaround here from the side of nothing person. They find a lot of kills. Drew's in the backline trying to 1v1 the Roadhog here, and a Graviton's going to find the remaining members, and that might be it. The Dragons is going to signal. That's going to be the flag to signal the end of this game, and looks like that might be it. And there it is. Nothing personal will take a 4-0 victory over Team Vertigo. But yeah, I mean, I think that was quite the series we saw today. I mean, we saw a lot of heavy tank composition. We being, pretty much the same comps from both teams a lot in these maps. But it was definitely a better effort from Vertigo at the end here. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the match today?
I feel like Vertigo was kind of always slightly behind, especially on Hanamura. They were very far behind on that map. But on this last map, they did show that they can do well against nothing personal. I don't know how the teams are set up. I don't know how long they've been playing together. But I definitely think that Vertigo was getting in their motion at the very end. It's unfortunate they weren't able to steal a map.
Yeah.